Hello and welcome. Today is Friday, July 25th, 2025. This is season 2, episode 11. Hi, my name is Addie and welcome to Addie's Cross and Quilts. If you're a new viewer, welcome. I hope you like my content. You subscribe, leave a heart comment, preferably purple, and share. To my new subscribers, thank you. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your comments. I'm assuming you're liking what I'm sharing. Thank you so much. Heart, heart, heart. Definitely in purple, see? To my returning viewers and subscribers, hi Stitchy friends. Welcome back. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the beautiful, beautiful comments. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As you can see, I'm back after a month. I'm feeling so much better. I'm still having my little aches and pains, but I'm feeling much better. Still going to the doctor, still trying to figure out what's wrong, but I'm trying. I'm pushing forward one step at a time, right? Anyway, as you can tell, this is my little part of the interweb where I am sharing my cross stitching and quilting journey, to leave a little piece of me to share, so that when my grandkids get a little bit bigger or my family, decide, hey, I miss grandmom or Beta, they can come on YouTube and see me. I hope I can encourage, inspire, and enable you to do something beautiful, to create something beautiful. What are we going to do today? What am I going to share today? Well, I have a couple of starts. Yay! I have a couple of whips that I worked on, and I do have mental health investment, which is also start. So let's get going. My first start is going to be Rosewood Manor, which is celebrations. Where did I put it? Because you can plan. You can plan, but still have it all over the place. But it is here. So this is celebrations. I have to thank where's my notes? I did notes. Look, I did notes so that I don't be all over the place. I am going to thank the Okie Stitcher, because my last regular episode, I had asked someone to tell me what was the word, and she answered me with semi-quintennial, which means 250th. So Rosewood Manor came up with this pattern called Celebrations in celebration of the semi-quintennial, which is the 250th birthday of America. And when you Google the White House, the first original White House, this is a very similar, I'll call this an inspirational, the White House, very inspirational piece. So I think she, for lack of a better word, I'm gonna say she was inspired by the original White House, and this is what she came up. I'm calling out this, I don't know how to call it, but this is a big ass house, a bach. I was saying a bop, no, this is a bach. It measures, what does this measure again? This measures 325 by 185. But that house is like, this is divided in 10 sections, and my goal is to try to stitch a section a month. Let's see how I do. So far, I'm there. I still got 5 more days in July, so let's see how it goes. So this was a start for me, and ta-da! Oops. So I am stitching this on a 28 count opalescent fabric. Let me see where am I can't see where am I because I have it in front. And this was hand dyed by me. So this is where I'm at. I am having a blast with this here. Look how gorgeous this is. You like the needle minder? I did that. It was one of those little brooches, and I broke off the pin in the back and stuck a magnet on it. Very cool. But look how beautiful this is. I am loving it. And of course the opalescence. So I'm very, very happy where I'm at. And I know I'm going to be working on this. If not this weekend, definitely next week before the end of the month, because I'm really, really trying to see if I can stay on par with trying to you know, stitch a section a month. So wish me luck. My next start, which is also a mental health investment, is Teresa Kogut. I told you I've gotten addicted to her. Called Remember Me. This is what it looks like right here. It's a new start. I've also done a couple of conversions. I am stitching this on a 32 count linen called Star Sapphire. These are the colors. Of course, I have to do color conversions. I am not me if I don't do color conversions, and I keep on adding to it. So far, this is what I've converted for the colors. Let's get this. Let's see, it's a big piece. I got some hangies, so forgive me for my hangies, but you know what? Sometimes I have to leave hangies so I can know where I'm at. And where are my little clips? Because I made sure I put clips on so that I can clip it and then have a little needle there, and I'm gonna leave the little needle there too. Last night I was like, you should iron it. No, I'm not ironing it. And this is where I'm at. Not bad, not bad for a start, huh? I'm enjoying this. I'm really, really enjoying this. So again, 32 count Star Fire, was it? Yes, Star Sapphire. Sorry, my Caribbean accent is coming out. Star Sapphire. And I'm doing a little bit of a color conversion, and I'm enjoying this. So that's my other new start. My other new start is, where are you? I have another new start. Oh, here it is. It's Tiny Modernist, Spooky Night. She is doing that Halloween sale where she's releasing. Look at that. I've got strings all over the place. I even got a little needle still stuck in it, which I am just going to, let me think. Some of these, so what happens is sometimes the medication, I get a little sleepy when I'm stitching with the medication, and I will be stitching and then my eyes will get heavy and I'll just get sleepy. Sometimes I fall asleep with the needle right in the fabric. So I will literally just put it down and go to bed. So, or like last night, my poor hubby had to wake me up because I literally fell asleep with the fabric in my hand, the needle in my hand on my recliner, and he had to like wake me up and say, babe, go to bed, you know, because I literally fell asleep on the recliner. And that's a medication. So unfortunately that's been happening a lot. Anyway, it's not stopping me. I'm still going. I'm still doing what I gotta do. I'm still gonna live with what I gotta live. And I'm still gonna enjoy life. So moving along, I am stitching Spooky Night, Tiny Modernist on a 32 count linen by Picture This Plus called Oaken. I'm basically, she listed the fancy flosses. I basically went into my stash and used, and this is where I'm at. She's currently on week 4 or I think she's on week 4 or week 5 so far. So this is what I have so far. This is what I'm using. This is where I'm at. Of course, this is where they're at right now. So yeah, sorry about that. I tell you, squirrel. So I'm enjoying this. I had to put it on timeout for a little bit because I miscounted. I'm like, you know what? I'm not. First I was gonna frog. I started frogging, and then I fixed it, and then I made a mistake again. I'm like, you know what? I'm not frogging. It's staying just like that. So this is where I'm at. And of course, I did my own deviations and made it my own. And I have it on Markup XP, but I didn't write down. I didn't write out stitch count. Stitch, yeah. I'm too left brain right now. I'm barely surviving, staying awake, and Yeah, I'm just happy I'm able to stitch right now. And I think those are the 3 new starts I have right now. Moving along to my whips. My first whip was part of my Christmas in July special edition. If you missed it, I did a 12-day of Christmas in July stitch vlog type of a thingy. So you're more than welcome to go ahead and check it out. While I was I'm gonna keep on stitching. I lost my train of thought. While I was stitching it, my husband saw this one, which is Stone Creek Christmas Bug. And he fell in love with it. So he was like, when are you gonna finish the buggy? When are you gonna finish the buggy? When are you gonna finish the buggy? So I didn't finish it, but I'm getting there. And this is where we at. I am stitching this on a 14 count. Ada called Toe by the color of Toast. And this is where I'm at. I've done a good bit. Oh, sorry. This is where I was at. And this is where I'm at right now. I'm out of practice, guys. Y'all, I'm so out of practice. I'm getting there. I'm loving this. I don't know if you can see the silver chronic in the rims and the headlights and the tail. That is so cool. But we're getting there. And I'm thinking, so these yellow spots right here, oops, I didn't put the clips. Where are the clips? Where did I put the clips? I just had them here. Seriously? Here, oh, here they are. So I have a question too. So you see, let me put the clips in and we'll think. So you see these circles up here? It's supposed to be like gold and yellow, like a blend of gold and yellow, right? I'm thinking about putting in beads instead. What do you think? Should I do beads? Let me know in the comments. I mean, it is Christmas and it is Christmas ornaments. Why not? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, so he keeps on asking me about the buggy. So I know I'm going to be working on this one because he really enjoyed the buggy. So, and he if there's one thing I'm thankful for, he is a supporter of my cross stitch addiction. My next one is The Earth Laughs by Brenda Gervais. This is what it looks like. There we go. Oops, I have it upside down. Yeah, here it is. This is what it looks like. There we go. This is where it was at the last time I shared it with you. This is being stitched on a 32 count Lugana by Atomic Ranch. Is it? Is that how you say it? Atomic Fabric Ranch? I always mess up the name, but you know, Atomic Ranch. Anyway, and the color Dune. And this is where I am at. If I can get it punched on the board. Board clips, or I am not cooperating. It's one of us. This is what it's. So I finished this section because it was right here. So I filled out this section and I did this, which I think is cute. I don't know if you can see the specialty stitches on the bird's wing, but it is so pretty. It is very beautiful. I am enjoying this. Of course, I am using my own color conversion. Most of them are Mo silk. These are the silks. These are the silks. Here we go. And of course, a couple of classic color works, but most of them are Mo silks. These are the colors. Look how gorgeous and rich and earthy. Yeah. I'm getting there. So I will definitely be working on this again when I'm not 100% sure. I'm hoping I get to work on it to finish it. Probably we're going to be part of my plans for next month because I do want to see if I can finish working on it. Let's get this back in here. No, don't put the clips in there because then I'm going to be looking for them. Let's put the silks back in. If I don't put it back, then I'm going to be like, where's this and where's that? The other day I took one of my kids to go stitching, and then one of the projects I was working on to go stitching, and when I got to where I was going, I realized I left the threads hanging on my little cart because I was stitching on it, and I forgot to put it back in my project bag. Yeah, so now I make sure I put everything back. My next whip is Put a Bird on It. This is part of the EJ's birthday sale, hashtag Put a Bird on It, for EJ for Sunshine Stitches. I am stitching this on a 32 count Country Mocha Lugana. This is where it was at the last time I shared it with you, and here is where it's at. So I finished all of this. I had the privilege of joining the ladies, the Sunshine Stitchers, on their Zoom call, and while I was on a Zoom, I filled all of this up. And it was awesome sitting down. Miss Candy was there, Miss Sheila was there, there were some other ladies there. Candy for the 614 Stitcher, yes, I think it's 614. Yeah, Stitcher was there, and it was awesome stitching with them. And we had I enjoyed myself. I really did. So this is how much I stitched, and I think I'm caught up pretty much with the sal. So I will be stitching some more next month. But yeah, this is where I'm at. So, I am using Mo's, a combination of Mo's and Be Stitch Me. So these are the silks. There's, I think, I'm only using, honestly, even though I have a couple of Be Stitch Me here, I think I'm only using this one, these two. I'm using these two, which are Be Stitch Me, and then the rest are Mo's that I'm using. So yeah. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying. I'm stitching it 1/2 because it's a it's funny because some Luganas are very easy to stitch 2/2, and some are very hard to stitch. So it just depends on which one it is. My next whip is I also stitch as part of the Christmas in July. It's from the Teresa Kogut Hello Santa book. It is the Right Old Johnny. Let me try to think. The Right Old Jolly Santa. Let's see. Right Old Jolly Elf, not Santa. Right Old Jolly Elf. He's so funny. His face, his eyes are so funny. He's like, oh, you got me. My husband goes, he looks so weird. I'm like, he does, right? Anyway. This is what it looked like the last time I shared it with you. I am stitching this in a 14 count Ada, the color of Malachite, from Fibers on a Whim. And I keep trying to get this pinch, and I did a color conversion. So the purple that you're seeing is the variegated Fancy Frost is Gentle Arts Dragon Fruit, and then the gold, like for the cuffs, is Chickpea from Weeks Dye Works. And then of course I'm using DMC, so like the dark here is DMC. It's either 35 or 154. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I didn't look at his eyes. His eyes are like, ooh, you got me. But that's how it's charted. So my husband saw it, he goes, he looks jacked up. I'm like, that's how it's charted. But I'm enjoying it. So, and I love how the green looks against the purple. So I'm gonna keep on doing that. So my next so I have a correction to make. This is my first Lida. I always confuse Lila's studio with Lida. I'm sorry, the L's and my brain fog. So please forgive me. This is my first Lida. I am stitching this on a 28 count French lace. This is what it looked like when I first started. I stitched a lot on this one. Lots. This is part of a sampler class from 3 Stitches. I, as a matter of fact, have to go on the 2nd Thursday of next month. I have to write it down, because if I don't write it down, I'm gonna miss it again, because I missed last month. So I have to remember to go this month. If I remember, this is where I'm at. Look how pretty. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. I'm really enjoying this stitch. So again, for those of you who want to tease me about samplers, am I saying I don't like samplers? I don't know what's the craze about samplers. Yes, you can tease me. I told you, past me is laughing at, you know, future me saying, yeah, you said you don't know, and I'm doing them. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't care, because I'm enjoying them. They're pretty. Like, when I look at them, I see the beauty. I still don't like the alphabets, so I still try to figure out how can I get away with not doing the alphabets, and I'm finding ways to get away from doing alphabets. So yeah, because I still don't like the alphabets, but I like the motifs, and I like the houses and the flowers. And I think that was my inner conflict. It's like I liked the motifs, I liked the houses, I liked the things, I just didn't like the alphabets. So I had a roadblock in my head because I didn't like the alphabets. So I'm just figuring out how to think with the alphabets. Anyway, moving along, my next whip is New Beginnings. This particular one is how it all started with Teresa Kogut. New Beginnings. This is where I was at the last time I shared with you. And I'm close to a finish. I'm not finished, but I'm getting there. I'm super excited about this one. Super duper excited about this one. Getting there. I've got a string hanging. I'm not even asking for forgiveness. See? I have, oh shoot, I dropped it. I just hope I don't step on it. Please God, don't let me step on it. And this is where I'm at. Look how gorgeous. I was working at, I fell asleep stitching it. Can you see? I literally fell asleep. There was a needle on it and I think, yeah, I fell asleep stitching on it. I sit down on my recliner and I start stitching, and yeah, hubby has to sometimes come in and check on me to make sure I'm not sleeping. But look at this. Look at this. They're pretty. The colors. I am stitching this on a, where's my note card? What did I do? I'm stitching this on a 28 count graceful gray linen. It's so pretty. This is one of those where I am going to take it to a professional framer and have it professionally framed. The only issue I have is that it's a little like gauzy, like you can see through it. So I don't know if to put iron stabilizer, a light stabilizer in the back of it. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. I just might do it before I have it framed. I'll figure it out. My following one is Girl and Bird. This one is by Stitchcraft by Mary. This is what it looks like. This is where it was. This was my Juneteenth project. I'm using Mo Sale Silks and Rainbow Gallery Gold and some DMC Krynex and just having a blast with it. And did I share with, oh, this is where it was, and this is where I'm at. As you can see, let me put the clips, because the clips does help it from falling down. Okay, so I've added Krynic. You can see I've added Krynic. It's DMC. I call it Krynic, but it's DMC. And this, and yeah, you can see the bling because there's some bling in there. I don't know if you can see the shine, but I did add. So I'm really, really enjoying this, and I'm hoping I can do some more work on it. And I'm always gonna have, I hope it doesn't annoy you or upset you, but I'm gonna always have some kind of string hanging, because sometimes that lets me know where I stopped working, for me to pick up and keep on going. Oh, these are the colors I'm using from Mo Silk. So if anybody's interested about Mo Sale, she has a Facebook page. Just go on Mo Sale and, you know, fill out that. I think she does have a question. I'm not sure. Fill it out and join me. I told you I'm here to encourage, inspire, and enable. So don't blame me. And my final whip was part of my dear friend Dawn, who is the Enchanted Stitcher's birthday. She had said that any mermaid, she was going to stitch the Bluebeards Mermaid, which is this one from Mirabilia, Bluebeard Princess. And I had started this, I had started it as part of my Mermaid March Madness. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll stitch with you. And this is what it looked like before I started it. And there's string hangs, there's things hanging, but this is where I'm at. And as you can tell, where am I? As you can tell, I added the beads, and I came around here and I added all of this. So we did an improvement. We're still, you know, I added all of that stuff. So, and I think I added some of her skin, I'm not sure. So now, let me tell you something. They always say the picture deceiving. This picture is deceiving, because look how small this little crown look compared to how big it is. Can you see? Yeah. I know I am not going to be doing that border, that frame. I feel it just cuts her out. It puts her in a box. You don't put mermaids in a box. I'm sorry. No. So I'm not going to be doing that frame, but I'm going to be doing everything else. I'm excited and looking forward to doing this, the mermaids and her tail. Her tail is so pretty. So, and do I have any more? Nope, that is it. I'm doing my own conversions of silks. So of course I've got the silks here from Mo's, and then I found, of course, I think I had shared last time that I had found this Cosmo sale, this Cosmo fabric, and I think I'm going to incorporate it in her hair. So yeah, we'll see. Just tag along to see what conversions I do. That is all for now. Remember, my friends, every day may not be good, but there's good in every day. Be kind, smile. Nobody, your smile will be the only thing that is bright and beautiful in that person's life today. Until next time, have a great one. Bye-bye.